So yesterday we learned about what form? What words are we saying? So no one remembers what form we learned yesterday and the day before. Slope-intercept. Okay. I need us to like enunciate and not sound like grunting cavemen. And that's when I give you the slope and the y-intercept. We also learned how to solve for it if I give you the slope and a point and 2 points. Today we're going to learn about a second form called point-slope form. And that's what you use when I give you a point and a slope. It's crazy. The first tabby that we're going to talk about is what is it? What is point-slope form? Are we ready? Does anybody need a mo?
I do.
Okay. Bless you. People are confused about it. Okay, are we ready now? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, what is it? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what the parts of point-slope form are and what they are used for. Now, point-slope form looks like this. It says y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Does that look familiar at all? It should, because we've seen it kind of before. So really what point-slope form is if you take slope, which was, don't write this. Slope formula was y minus y1, y2 minus y1, divided by x2 minus x1, right? All they did was multiply both sides by x2 minus x1 to get the parentheses, and that makes point-slope form. That's it. That's where it comes from, the slope formula. So y1 and x1 are a coordinate. What do you think M is? Slope. Take a point. And that's why it's called point-slope form, because you use this form whenever I give you a point and a slope. Now, it is always going to be minus. So like if our point was 2, 3, it would be y minus 3. So you change the sign of whatever your coordinate is. If it was a negative, you would add. Does everybody understand? Are we ready to learn how to graph it? Does anybody need a mo? Okay. Now, you know how we had y and x in slope-intercept form, and we just wrote that, y equals mx plus b, and we wrote y and x, and we didn't fill it in unless we had a point? Same thing here. If I give you a point, you put it where x1 and y1 are, and you put your slope here, and leave your y and x. How to graph it. So this is where we're going to glue our little graph piece down, or tape, or attach, however you're going to attach it. Y'all could bring supplies. For bonus points, we could bring supplies and not make me buy it all. Crazy. That's what I want for Christmas. Supplies. That's it. Go team. Alright, so when I give you an equation in point-slope form, the first thing you do is plot the point. Then use your slope. Use slope to rise. Hey, I don't know if y'all caught this, but I'm teaching. Then run. So my first line that I'm going to graph is going to be in this peachy color. We're going to do two different ones. I'm going to make it two different colors so we know what line is what. I highly suggest you do the same thing, but whatever floats your boat. So my new point, or my first equation is going to be y minus 2 equals 1/2 times x minus 3. Y minus 2 equals 1/2 times x minus 3. Now, what you do is you get your point. So our formula was y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. All you do is take your point and take the opposite sign of whatever this is. So what's my x value going to be? No, my x value. The x's are together. Okay? So what would my x value be? 3. And then my y's are together, so what would my y be? 2. So I have my point. I'm going to go right, 1, 2, 3, up 2. And then I'm going to use my slope. I'm going to go up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. Or I could go down 1, left 2 if I'm out of room. Does anybody have any questions? Do you understand where I got the 0.32 from? Are you you don't? Okay. So remember, your formula is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So x1, y1 is the coordinate. That's the point. So you take these numbers that are in the position of x1, y1, and that's the coordinate that you plot first. So if you want to write that x1, y1 beside a coordinate, do that so that you know what it is. Because we're supposed to use our notebook to help us study and do homework, right? So my x1 is right here. And I take the opposite of my sign inside the parentheses. So my x1 is 3. I wrote 3. My y1 is right here. It's the opposite of whatever the sign is, so I wrote 2. So I went and plotted 3, 2, and then I used my slope to make the rest of the line. My slope was positive 1/2, so I went up 1, right 2. Yes?
Wait, so if it was positive 3, would it be negative 3?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're about to do one that has that. Just so we can practice. We may graph 3 lines. Alright, so this one says y plus 5 equals negative 2 times x plus 3. Is everybody with me so far? Just write the thing down, and then we're going to talk about how to graph it together. So the first thing you do is you get your point. Now, my x1 is over here with my x, and I take the opposite sign of whatever's here. So what's my x1 going to be? Negative 3. Because this is a positive, so you take the opposite sign. Then you come over here to your y1, and it's negative 5. Why is it negative 5? Because you take the opposite sign. Are we together? Does everybody understand where I got it from this time? Are we sure? But then you go left 3. 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what's my slope? Negative 2. Your slope is in front of the parentheses. So you go down 2, right 1. If I run out of room, what do I do?
You go up to left.
Yes, take a point. Yes, take the G. Do we need to do one more? Are you sure? Do we feel a little better now? It will come to you more as we start writing them. Don't worry. All right. Are we ready? Yeah, I'm not sure if we're ready or not. I don't know what that was. Are you dying or are you ready?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Because you made the weird noise. Okay, so how to write given the slope and a point. So the directions are going to say, write an equation for the line in point slope form with the given information. So my slope is 4, and my point passes through negative 2, 5. Now, it says to write in point slope form. Now, when you're trying to figure out which form to use, if it gives you the slope and the y-intercept, use slope-intercept form. If it gives you a point and a slope, use point-slope form. That's why it's named that. So point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And what I want us to do first is label our point x1, y1. Are we ready? Does anybody need a mo? Alright, so you say y minus y1. Well, what's our y1? 5, and it's positive 5. So you say y minus 5 equals. What's our m? 4 times x, and it's minus a negative 2. So instead of writing minus a negative, what do we write? Plus 2, and boom, you're done. Does anybody have any questions? Do you see where a plus and minus came from? Do you want to try one without me? Or do you want to do another one together? Without me? Okay, hallelujah. We can persevere in the face of danger. And we will not freak out if I give us a fraction. You don't have to distribute or anything. We're just plugging in. Calm yourselves. You're in pre-AP. You're in pre-AP. Okay, do this math. Trey. Yes, we does it. That's what we do. Like we do often. Does anybody want to come put it on the board?
No. Wait a minute.
Sean, go put it on the board.
What?
Don't put the problem on the board.
That's not nice.
On the paper or yeah?
Paper.
Okay. I need my own pencil.
No, there's pen right there.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Persevere in the face of danger.
That doesn't work with me.
Okay.
Where's mine?
Jackson, stop talking.
Yes, ma'am.
Children.
You're gonna get stabbed.
What?
I'm
It's recording, y'all. Over
Nice.
There. Over there.
Over where?
Underneath the other one.
This one?
Maybe. You
This
see
one?
the other one? Maybe it's in the back. If you need to turn the paper, turn the paper.
Yeah, okay, I'm turning the paper. Because I cannot work with anything.
Just wait till it finishes writing, crazies. Turning y'all's head like you're going to be able to see.
I wrote it very small because
Okay,
I
well now turn it back.
there.
Great job.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I can read that.
Do we agree or disagree?
Disagree.
How many of us got it right? Take a point for your team. Uno más. This is an 8, not a snowman. I don't know what happened. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Not to Christmas yet, taters.
We have somebody wear a Santa hat. About like 3.
We're going to do Thanksgiving crafts next week.
Yay!
No one here for like 2 days.
Yeah, we really are.
You have a test Monday, so after your test, you'll do your craft. Life is tough.
Totally forgot about that.
I don't think we really want to wait till after Thanksgiving and then forget everything.
That's true, but I forgot what I had for breakfast this morning, so
I'm going to do nothing but play video games all over
Sean's got his
Thanksgiving
stuff.
break.
Sean's got his name find out.
Did y'all get y plus 7 equals negative 5 times x minus 8? I'm sorry. They're sorry for failing you, Cameron. Holy cow. Alright, are you ready to learn how to write it if I give you 2 points?
Yes.
Alright, so if I give you the point and the slope, all you do is plug it in. But if I give you 2 points, what are you missing? The slope. And do we know how to find slope?
Yeah.
We do, so that's what we're going to do. Alright, here we go. Write an equation for the line that passes through the 2 points. What is happening out there?
I have no idea.
Yes, baby, something is happening. Thank you for alerting us to that. Okay, our first 2 points are going to be 3, 6, and 2, -5. Sweet potatoes.
No. I don't want.
Just let y'all know, sometimes I have to talk to you that way, so we shouldn't judge. Like you're 5. Are we ready? No. I don't have a pencil. Did you want to borrow one of my pens? Alright, so step 1 is to find slope. That's our first step. Look at that. Anytime I give you 2 points, you have to find the slope in both of the forms that we've learned. Isn't it crazy? Alright, so slope formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus, excuse me, thanks, x1. And in case we don't know which one is x1, y1, we're going to label it every time. And then we're going to label x2, y2. That way we plug the numbers into the correct spot, which on our test some of us didn't do and all of us had a heart attack.
I did have a heart attack and it's on my grade.
Well, me and you both, babe. Me and you both. Alright, what is y2? What's y1? Is it going to be minus 6 or plus 6? Minus 6. Divided by 2 minus what?
3.
Look at us go. Alright, what's okay, guys. What's -5 minus 6? -11. And what is 2 minus 3? And what's a negative divided by a negative? So our slope is positive 11.
Wow.
Look at us go. So step 1 is slope. Step 2, plug in. So you're given a point. You're given a slope. Plug it into point-slope form every time. If I give you a point and I give you a slope, plug it into point-slope form. So the way and we're going to use our first point because it's already labeled x1, y1 for us. So we're going to say y minus what? 6. Take a point. Equals, what's our slope? Take a point times x minus what? 3. Take a point. And you're done. That's it. That's all you have to do. Can you try one without me?
Yeah.
You're going to have 2 for homework.
What?
Who are y'all wedding?
I don't know, my back hurts.
Who are you wedding? Take off point from your team. Alright, B is 4, 6, and -3, 13. C, 1, 9. Don't die. And 7, 3. Now, I want you to work these 2 out for homework, and then I want you to take the 3 of these and convert them into slope-intercept form. So you're solving for y. And let's go ahead and make a note on convert to slope-intercept form that says solve A, B, and C for y, so that we know what we're doing for our homework. Okay? Tomorrow we'll practice some more. You'll get your study guide, test on Monday. And then we Thanksgiving it up. Well, we would be eating if y'all would have bought canned food, but now we're testing.
If I would have eaten,